video we're going to look at indices. Specifically, we're going to look at what we call the multiplication law for indices. Let's have a look at this with an example. So we have c squared multiplied, which is why it's called the multiplication law, by c cubed. The way we approach this question is remember what we mean when we say squared and cubed. So when we say c squared here, what we actually mean is c multiplied by another c. So this here represents c squared. Then we're going to times that by c cubed, which is c multiplied by c multiplied by c again. So c multiplied by c multiplied by c. So this is another way of writing the question: c squared multiplied by c cubed, c squared here multiplied by c cubed. Now what we actually have here is we could simply lose the brackets and put that this is equal to c multiplied by c multiplied by c multiplied by c multiplied by a final c. So altogether we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 c's multiplied together. This is exactly the same as writing c to the power 5. So the rule here is that when you multiply terms like this and they have the same base number here, you simply add the index number. So you add 2 and add 3 to get 5. Let's look at a second example of this. So this time we have b to the 4 multiplied by b to the 7. Now, I'm not going to write out the 4b's and the 7b's this time, we're just going to use the rule straight away. So when we multiply b to the 4 and b to the 7 together, we add the indices, the powers, 4 and 7. So 4 add 7 is 11, so this one is just b to the 11. Okay, one more example. Now this one's slightly different. We're still going to deal with the a to the 3 and the a to the 5 in the same way. So that would give us a to the 8, because we add the 3 and the 5 together, which makes 8. But we're going to multiply the numbers in front. So 4 and 3 here multiply to give 12. So whilst we add the powers, when we multiply, we still multiply the numbers in front here. So we end up with 12a to the power 8. Okay, here are several questions for you to try. If you press pause and have a go at them, and then press play and I will take you through the answers. Okay, here are the answers then. So this first one we add 3 and 2 to get x to the power 5. The next one we add 7 and 4 to get y to the power 11. This one, well, when we write an x on its own, we actually mean x to the power 1. We just don't normally write that one. So 3 add 1 is 4, x to the power 4. Then we have y to the power 22, because 20 add 2 is 22. Now this one's slightly different. There's a negative 2 here. But when you add a negative number, 5 add negative 2, that's just like subtracting it. So it's just 5 subtract 2. So we end up with a to the power 3. And on this one we have 4 times 3 gives you 12. And then we add the powers on the indices. 3 add 2 is 5. Up to this one here. Now the fact that there's 3 terms doesn't change anything. We still add all of the powers. 3 add 2 add 5 makes 10. So it's x to the power 10. This one here, negative 4 add 7 is 3, so it's y to the power 3. This one we have 15 x to the 5. On this one here, now there are actually 2 letters, an a and an x, so you add the powers for the a's, so you've got a squared multiplied by a to the 4, so 2 add 4 is a to the power 6, and then we do the x's, we've got x cubed and x to the 5, so 3 add 5 makes 8. And this one here, now there's actually nothing in either of these terms that's the same letter, so we simply just write them next to each other, and the times sign in the middle disappears. So we have 3 ab to the power 3 x to the power 8. And the final question, we've got x cubed, x squared, and x, remembering that this is a 1 here, so we've got 3 add 2 add 1, which makes 6, so x to the power 6. And then finally the y's, there's a y to the power 1 here, y squared there, 1 add 2 is 3. And that's the end of the video on indices multiplication law.